Hey guys, it's Deidra Penrose here, and we are having a pre-recorded call today because I get on another call that I was able to get from Earning Success Club last month. So I got to make sure that I am getting on that. So I still wanted to give you guys something today. So I'm going a little bit different here with my call, and I hope that you guys can get some information from it, and hopefully some of you can relate, and it will help you on being more comfortable and confident about who you are and growing your business as well. So today I'm going to talk about how to become non-negotiable. And everyone goes through some sort of struggle in their life. Doesn't matter when it is in your life, but those struggles are honestly what makes you become a strong person, and it makes your why bigger for what you're doing. And hopefully those struggles are going to make you strong enough that what you truly want in life is going to make you're going to make everything non-negotiable, so you make sure that you are reaching your ultimate goal that you truly want. So today I'm going to talk about being non-negotiable in your business, of course, but I first want to share with you guys a couple struggles that I have had in my life growing up and with my coaching journey. And I have my little notes here because I like to have my notes everywhere I go. That's just what I do because I don't want to miss anything. So I'm just going to share with you guys a couple struggles that I had and why I could have easily quit my business. I didn't even need to start my business, but what I wanted was so much bigger and important than me making excuses and me letting my past and my struggles get the best of me. All right, so here we go. Things that you may not know about me. This is scary. So first, throughout my childhood, I was not what you would call the popular kid or the smart kid. I actually took special classes in math and reading in elementary school, and I ate lunch in the bathroom because I had nobody to sit with, especially in high school. It was a very big struggle for me. While I was in high school struggling, it was when my mom and dad got divorced, and I got into drugs really bad. I actually was 14 when I started smoking marijuana. I actually got into cocaine, and I did drink also while I was in high school. It wasn't until my last year of high school that I took a turn, a really good turn. I don't know what it was that hit me. I think the hurt that I gave my mom really started to work hard into my heart, and I just completely turned around. I got into sports. I started studying a lot. I made the cheerleading squad my very last year of high school. I wish I would have tried it sooner. But I changed, and there was just something inside of me that knew that I had something greater in life that I could be doing. And that's when I started my senior year of high school. But I have been working since I was 14 years old. I started working in a nursing home. And then when I was in 11th and 12th grade, after high school, I guess I should say, I became a personal trainer and a bartender, and that is what I did while I was going to community college because I was not accepted into a college, so I had to earn my way there. So I got into a community college and worked really hard for a year before I was accepted into a university for my bachelor's degree in nursing, which I studied really, really hard for. To get my way through. And I also worked in a hospital while I was in school. I would work on the weekends, and I ended up graduating a semester early from college because I worked really hard for it. And then right out of college, I ended up moving away from my family about 2.5 hours, which was really hard for me because I'm extremely close with my family. But I moved so I can live with my soon-to-be husband, who was stationed further away from where we lived. So I moved, and I got a job as an ER nurse, and I worked in that same hospital since for all of my 6 years that I was a nurse in the ER. So after having my second child, 3.5 years ago, I started my journey with Beachbody. And I started just as a challenger. I lost 40 pounds, and halfway through my 40 pounds is when I signed up to be a coach. Except I did not work as hard as I should have. So I actually missed out on my success starters. I missed out on my free ticket to Summit because I wasn't putting in the effort. But 2 months later, I went to my first event, which was a Super Saturday event in January of 2013. And it was probably the best thing that I could have done because that was a game changer with my business. That's what clicked for me. I went home from that Super Saturday. I was not even an Emerald. I went by myself, which was completely out of my comfort zone. And I was just so inspired, and I left and I started working my business. I started getting consistent with what I needed to do. And everything started looking up for me for the business part. I ended up going diamond in 4 months, and it was pretty awesome because it took 2 just for me to go emerald. So 6 months from when I actually signed up is when I went diamond. Through my coaching journey, I have had 3 diamonds quit on me and 1 1-star quit on me. It just wasn't for them, and they weren't ready for the commitment, and they quit working their business, and they quit altogether. So I potentially could be a 15-star, but I am not. I am only, well, I should not say I am not a 15-star. I am a 12-star. And honestly, I am happy with that. I am good with that because this is a journey, and it's been an amazing journey, and I've learned a lot along the way with my experiences that I've had. I lost who I thought were my very, very best friends that were my family out here where I live because of Beachbody and me becoming a coach. My best friend that I had, her husband was my son's godfather, and we had holidays with them and everything, and they just completely deleted me from Facebook, and all of our friends that I used to go out to lunches with every week and had a very close relationship with, they all deleted me, and I questioned them and said, what happened? And they just out of nowhere said, all you do is talk about food and fitness, and you've changed, and I don't want to be friends with you. So I never talked to them again. That was the last of our conversation I've ever had with any of them. And that was one of the hardest things that I've had to do, because I had to question myself on what am I doing wrong? Like, am I doing the right thing? You know, I'm starting this Beachbody thing, and I'm loving the results that I'm getting, but I'm losing my friends along the way. Is this something that is worth me fighting for, you know? And then I have not had any support with my husband. I was told that, and some of you may relate, I was told that I would play on the computer all the time, and that I was taking, I wasn't expecting this, taking away time from my family. And again, I had to question myself on what I'm doing here, you know? Is this really worth me losing my family and all my friends? And recently, unfortunately, I just went through a divorce, and it was hard. It was very hard. It was my choice, but it was very hard. And after tons and tons of thinking, tons of praying, a lot of journaling, I had to look at everything that was going on in my life. And although it seems like my life has fallen apart, it really hasn't. And I'm going to tell you why it hasn't. So many things bad have happened, but so many great things have happened too. And I know that it's only getting better. So I realized what I wanted in life for me and my kids. Beachbody has given me the opportunity to stay home with my kids. I'm not gone for 12 hours a day. I'm not gone weekends. I'm not gone holidays. I am with my kids like all the time, like literally all the time. Like I need to send them to daycare because I'm with them so much. So I'm spending more time with my kids than I did when I was working as a nurse. So, when I was being told that I was spending too much time away from my family, it was someone else's insecurity, not mine, because I count the hours that I was with my kids and I make sure that I have my time with my kids away from my computer, away from my phone. So I can confidently say that I can give my kids so much more than I ever have. I'm being able to take my kids on vacations and travel with them since I started Beachbody. And that's not something that I was able to do before. And I'm so excited. Like next month, I'm taking them on a cruise. And then they have a surprise stop at Disney, which we have never been to. I've never been to. So it's pretty darn exciting that I get to provide this with my kids because I've worked hard and I've made my business non-negotiable and I've done the things that I needed to do every day to make it happen. I'm happy about who I am. I'm a lot more confident about who I am because of Beachbody, because of not only the financial growth and freedom that I've had, but the physical. I've been in good shape. I used to be a personal trainer, like I said, but this is the best shape that I've ever been into, and I just feel good about who I am. I was excited to turn 30. I remember turning, I think I was like 21 or 23, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die when I turn 30. Like, I'm gonna have a midlife crisis. I'm gonna need a padded room because turning 30 is like the worst thing in the world. And I was so excited to turn 30, and I'm like, I'm gonna set some goals for when I'm 30 years old. I'm gonna do this, 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 and this. And guess what? I'm making it happen. And I wasn't able to do that when I was in my 20s and even before that. So Beachbody has helped me not with only my physical growth, but my financial growth and my personal growth. I am a more confident person about who I am because of the personal development that Beachbody told us. This is a vital behavior. Make sure you do it. Thank goodness I finally listened, because the first 2 months I didn't listen. But now I'm listening and it's paying off. And it's amazing the things that you can actually get out of paying attention and listening and being intentional about your personal development. So I may not have had the same friends that I started with Beachbody, but the friendships that I have built with Beachbody have been amazing. I am so happy with the people that I surround myself with. There's a lot of coaches that I've never met, and then we meet for the first time at an event, and I feel like I've known these people forever. And you are so positive and uplifting and fun, and we all have the same goals and hobbies and passion, and no one judges, and it's just one of the best feelings in the world to have these friendships, because I never believed that these friendships could actually be real because of the friendships I had before I thought that they were best friends and amazing people. And then I realized what a true friend is like and what it's really like to have someone support you. And it's an amazing feeling. So despite the things that have gone wrong, I have been committed to my business. I shouldn't say from day one. I'm going to say day 60 because it was 2 months that I decided to be committed. But I decided not to let anyone control my life and my success and for what my purpose in life is. I know what my purpose in life is. I'm here to inspire people. I'm here to help people physically and financially, and to show people that it's okay to struggle and go through things in life. But if you can make your goals non-negotiable, you can make anything happen, and you can dream big, and it's okay. But you have to start putting yourself first. All right? You cannot accomplish anything in life without being a little bit selfish about your goals and dreams. And I want you guys to think about this. A lot of people put, your kids first or your spouse first. And I'm not saying not to do that. You have to make time for them. But realize that if you are making sacrifices along the way, those sacrifices you're making, away for a couple hours to work here and there, those people you're putting first right now are the people that are going to see the payoff. They're going to see the benefits too. You just have to communicate that with them. Babe, let me have 1 hour at this day, at this time, because I know that we as a team are going to see the reward and benefit, and we're going to be able to do this, this, and this because of the sacrificing that I'm putting in now. All right. Next is live for today, but plan for your future. You have to plan for your future. But every single thing that you do every day is going to prepare you for something bigger and better for your future. It's that compound effect. If you have not listened to The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, please make sure that you do. It's an amazing book, but it talks about those little daily things that are so small that you don't think make a difference, but in time, compounded together, it makes a huge difference. It makes a huge impact on your life, on your business, on your relationships, everything, on your health. Think about it. If you decide, I'm not going to work out, and then the next day you're like, I'll start Monday, and then next week starts and it's like, I'm not going to do it. It's okay. It's only 1 or 2 weeks, but then it keeps going on and it keeps going on. What's going to happen at the end of the year? You gained weight. You don't have muscle. You're not healthy. You don't feel good. You're not happy. You're not happy with who you are. Think of those little things you can do every day. You do a little bit of training here, a little bit of personal development every single day, 15 minutes every day. Do you know how many hours that's going to be compounded together if you can do 10 to 15 or 30 minutes a day if you have the time in that year? Do you know how many hours that is going to help you grow as a person, as a leader, as a mother, as a wife, as a husband? It's going to help you so much, but you have to be able to realize those daily things that you are willing and sacrificing to do every day is going to make a huge difference and impact on your future. All right. And this next one that I want to say, I think is huge for people, because a lot of people coming into the business think, I don't want someone to think of me this way, or, I'm afraid what they're going to think if I do this post or if I invite them. Guys, stop waiting to be validated by other people. Validate yourself and know that what you're doing is important to you. It is a passion, and it's something that you truly want. And if you can confidently say that this is something that I want, this is something that I know will help me and my family long term, you have enough validation for yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back for every small success that you do, whether it's an invite or, getting a new challenger or a new coach on board. You validate yourself. Okay? You don't need it from other people. If you are waiting for other people to validate if what you're doing is okay, honey, you're going to be waiting a long time. And I can tell you that from experience, my first 2 months. It's a lot of I needed validated. I needed to know that it was okay for me to do this. No. Are they going to pay your bills? No. So why would you wait for them to tell you what you should or should not do in life? You have to do what's going to help you and your family and what's going to make you all happy in the long run. Next, be willing to give up in order to move forward. I know that it's hard to make sacrifices. I get it. Sometimes we feel like we don't have enough time in the day. But guys, it's about being smart about the time that you do have. I started my business working full-time in the ER, taking master's classes. I had a one-year-old and a newborn. And honestly, it wasn't easy, but I let my excuses go. And I knew that if I could make sacrifices, and I'm going to tell you what sacrifices I made. Sleeping. It's not like I didn't get sleep, but I woke up a half hour early, or I would go to bed an hour later than what I usually would. I would start to skip out on TV shows. I would do on demand. Whenever I have time, I'll watch it later. When I'm in bed, I would skip out on lunch dates with my friends who did not impact my life. It was about gossip and talking about things that you don't even want to know. But really, it didn't impact my life, so I knew that it was something I needed to cut out of my life. Stop scrolling through Facebook. It was really hard for me to stop scrolling through Facebook, and sometimes I get caught up, but Oh my goodness, I'm so much better because I would literally find myself sitting and scrolling through my phone for like half an hour. And it's like, what did I just accomplish? Absolutely nothing. I'm stalking people and they do not impact my life. Not being mean, but you have to think of the things that you're doing that will impact your life and your business. Letting go of toxic relationships. And this is something that I want to talk a little bit about. You can let other people negatively get the best of you easily. But you have to be willing to surround yourself with those people who you want to be like. I don't know if you guys know this, but you end up being like five people that you surround yourself with the most. So think about the people and the characteristics that you hang out with. Think of the qualities that they have. You start to become like them when you surround yourself around them so much. I've been there, done that. I realized that I would hang out with people who drink a lot and I would start to drink. I would hang out with people who swear a lot. I had a potty mouth. It was really, really bad. You have to be willing to fill your cup with clean water and not dirty water. I will tell you just another thing with Beachbody. I hated to go to church. I didn't know what I wanted with my faith because I would go to church and I would stand up and sit down and stand up and sit down and stand up and sit down. And I couldn't even understand what the priest was saying. I had no idea. Partly because the community I live in has a lot of Hispanic, Spanish-speaking people. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just don't speak Spanish, so I can't understand what they're saying. So I had no idea what the priest was saying. And then they would be so flat with their affect that it was like blah, 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 blah when they talk. When I got into Beachbody and I surrounded myself and there's, these Christians that are coming onto our team and just the way they talk and the way they're uplifting and so positive and it all came at the right time when I was going through a really difficult time in my life as a coach. With my life and my family, I took a leap. And one day I said, I'm going to go to a church with Christians and I'm going to see what it's like. And I walked in those doors by myself with my kids, scared as can be because I didn't know what to expect. And it's like, goodness, I felt like home. I had this good feeling in my body and I'm like, this is what I'm meant to do. This is what I'm here to do. So I started surrounding myself around those people. And then you become that. And it has been the best thing that I could have done for myself is changing the people that I surround myself with. I'm not telling you guys to go stop being friends with your people and stop, talking to your family. But just think about it. Think about the people that you look up to. You want to take on those characteristics. So start surrounding yourself around those people and you will become that as well. You will become someone who you look up to. And that's the best feeling in the world. All right, next is avoid distractions and start getting disciplined. During your power hour, all right, so I do have my phone right here, but had paper over it. And it's on silent and my notifications are turned off. When I'm busy and I'm doing a power hour, turn off the notifications because all that's gonna do is make you see squirrels. You're gonna try to multitask. And let me tell you about multitasking. You may think that it will help you, but it will not help you. It will not help you because you're gonna end up doing too many things at once. And then you're not gonna be able to give that particular task your fullest attention. And then you're not gonna be able to give everything you got. Focus on one thing at a time and give it all you got. Move on to the next thing. Focus on that thing, give it all you got, and keep moving forward, doing that with your invites, your follow-ups, adding new contacts. If you can maybe even set a timer for yourself and say, this is what I'm doing right now and nothing else. And if you can start doing that, you're gonna manage your time a lot better as well. Next is stop checking in your challenge groups all throughout the day. We know our challenge groups are our bread and butter to our success. I get it. I love my challenge groups. But if you are checking in throughout the day, all day, every day, you're taking away time from other things that you could be doing to help move your business forward. Our challenge groups are amazing, but give yourself certain times to check in throughout the day, morning, afternoon, evening. I check in 3 times a day. all right? Sometimes twice a day. But if you can do that, your time management is going to get better. You're going to realize that when someone checks in, you don't have to answer right away. They don't expect you to be at their beck and call. They know you have a life. And if your challengers think that you don't have a life and that's all you do, sorry for their luck. But guess what? You have a life, you have a family, you have a job, and you're going to check in at your specific time that you are making. That question that someone asks you at 3 o'clock will be there at 5 or 7 when you go to check in, or in the morning or at night. If someone's checking in at night, you don't have to stay up all night to wait for their post. You check in first thing in the morning and you get it done, and you check in, and then everyone's good. You answer their question, they're happy. All right. So the next one is planning your week out. Whatever day of the week works best for you. Sundays work really good for me just because that's just my day that I've committed to, that I plan for my meals, I plan for my business. It works well for me, so that's what I do. So I want you guys to think about what works best for you. Make a day to plan everything out so you know what the heck you're doing in your business, because that's like going to work and clocking in and having no idea what you're going to do that day. It's not fun, right? When you plan and prepare, you're more likely to be successful. A quote, failing to plan is planning to fail. You have to plan to get the results and reach the goals that you're looking for, you know? Next is get into a groove with your personal development and keep it. All right? So think about a time that works really good for you when you're doing your personal development. Is morning better for you? Is afternoon better for you? Is evening better for you? Get yourself on a schedule, whether it's reading a book, listening to an audio, or using your Kindle. Pick a time of the day that works best for you. Put it in your planner, your calendar, and do it every day. The more consistent you can get, the more you're going to get into a habit. I think I talk too fast. I think I'm like trying to talk faster than what my lips can do. But once you get into the habit, it's going to become second nature, just like taking a bath and brushing your teeth and taking care of your kids. It's going to be second nature. It's something you're just going to do because it makes you feel better once you do it. And lastly, yes, guys, I'm almost done. Lastly, be raw, be real, and be you. It may be very scary to share your story. Trust me, I know. There are so many things that I held back on sharing. You know, me going through my divorce, I've actually been going through it for a year and a half. But we've been struggling for more than 3 years. And it has been a struggle for me not to share that kind of stuff because I felt like I wasn't being me. When I started talking about it, I felt good. I felt like I had weight lifted off my shoulder. Not that anyone needs to know my business, but you're being you and you're being real. And so many people are going to be able to relate to you because of your situation that you're going through, because of your struggles, because of your mistakes that you can take ownership and talk about. When you can take ownership of you, your struggles, your mistakes, your weaknesses, others will relate to you. And that is going to make your business and your life so much better. So I hope that you guys were able to take in some information here. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please post in the team page, and I am more than happy to help answer anything that I can. And I hope that you guys have an awesome day, and we will talk to you soon. Take care, guys.